Okay guys, hello. First ride, Yamaha Tracer 7 2024 Tracer 7. That is important note because last year Yamaha did a little bit of refreshment on this motorcycle. They improved several things, and of course I'm gonna tell you all about it in upcoming videos. Today I just want to share with you my first impressions, how this bike feels. Yeah, this motorcycle been on my radar for a long time, and interesting that that is actually one of the most popular motorcycles in Europe. I know that you guys who is watching from United States, you guys don't have this motorcycle available, and that's sort of pity. I actually don't know why, because most of the competition from other brands like Triumph, Suzuki, Kawasaki, Honda, they all are available in the North America, but Tracer 7 for some reason is not. But here in Europe it has quite good presence, and it is one of the most popular motorcycles from Yamaha. It is built on CP2 platform. The focus of this bike is mounting twisty roads like this, and a little bit of highways, but in general this bike is for traveling, so that is alternative to T7 in a way that it is fully road focused motorcycle. It is also called, here in Europe it positioned as a crossover, so basically the bike which can do it all. I saw that people even do some gravel work on this. Of course it's not what this bike is built for, but it definitely can handle bad roads, or roads with a bad quality of the surface. And right away I can feel that this engine is quite torquey, and it has really good response on the throttle. And in terms of flickability, honestly speaking, I spent on this bike just maybe 1 hour. It is so flickable. I'm just going through all these twisties, and I'm not trying to adjust to the bike. It rides like train on the rails. I had some same expression before when I was describing how Tracer 9 feels, and honestly speaking, Tracer 7 feels even better on such small narrow roads, because it is a little bit more compact. It feels agile, and throttle response is perfect. The funny part, when I was watching some of the YouTube videos about this motorcycle, I did not really get the vibe how this bike feels. It felt to me that this bike is sort of like just smaller bike for beginners. But when you actually ride this bike, and when you see all these like small details, it might not be fancy, it might not be glossy as some other manufacturers, but you feel that like the whole bike is built to do the job. And that was what I appreciate a lot, because when you ride it, you just like, wow, this is machine for for turns and twisties, and for braking and acceleration. I know that there were some complaints in the past about the brakes on this motorcycle. From the last year, as I said, Yamaha did a little bit of work on the front end of this bike, so they changed brakes, and they also adjusted suspension, modified it, improved it a little bit, so maybe that is a result of that. Even though this bike has a classic telescopic fork, honestly speaking, it's not lacking anywhere. It is actually too early to say, because I need to actually do longer distance. I need to ride this bike a little bit more. But even now I can tell you, because this road for me is quite familiar, and I've been riding some motorcycles on this road quite often. I can tell you that, I mean, this is like really nice feel of how this bike handles everything. Brakes are quite good, maybe because they have also new Michelin Road 6, I think, on this bike. So when you brake, it's you feel that they are bitey, and at the same time the front end is quite grippy. Really nice job, Yamaha. And the way how this bike goes into the turns, it's honestly surprising me. From outside, or when you look at the pictures, these bikes might look small, but when you actually ride it, honestly speaking, I'm 190 and I'm comfortably fitted into the bike. So remember, I was riding Taiga 660, and I told you that on Taiga it feels a little bit small. I don't have such feel on Tracer 7, but again, it's too early to say. So, it was Tracer 9 GT, by the way. Yeah, it's too early to say, but yeah, good. I mean, new dash. Visibility is really good. I think Yamaha, as always, they do really good job in terms of simplicity and what you have to see. Some people might tell you probably that it's gonna, it has small fonts, but we'll see how it performs over the time, because I know that you can actually change appearance of the screen. It has a couple of modes, I think, and but so far, all information is there. I like how it looks like, and yeah, beautiful. This bike is not intimidating on like when you maneuvering on slower speeds, like these turns. Feels really good. When you look online, you feel like, oh, something wrong with like with Yamaha design, right? But when I stand next to this bike and when I see it in real life, oh man, my opinion flips, because it's just so good looking bike. You have to see this bike in person. That's what I'm saying to you guys. I don't know how they do it, and why they could not catch like really nice angle when they do photo shoot of this motorcycle. But when you actually see it and when you walk around this bike, it is really good looking motorcycle. Short walk around tour 2024 Yamaha Tracer 7, black color with gold wheels design, probably one of my favorites for Tracer 7. Combination of glossy, like piano black color, which is known by Yamaha as like this matte black, and then you have all this like gold rims and exhaust pipes. You see they have sort of like multi-color coating on them, which is also nice. And engine, the side of the engine, it has this kind of bronze color on side of that. So altogether, it's with all small details. You see like this like golden font here, and then this kind of like gold stitch on the seat, and gold rims and black color, and even like this suspension adjustment knob. You see it has a little bit of same color language. Yeah, looking really nice, especially when you see this bike in person. Again, when you look online on some pictures, but then seeing it in real life, seeing it in person, not through the lens of the camera, it's sort of interesting how this bike looks like. I definitely need to play around with the suspension settings, because even now I can feel it that it's a little bit, it feels like it's a little bit softer than Tracer 9, but maybe that is just because it is smaller bike. Tracer 9 is meant to be, let's say, highways machine, right? So that bike is built to manage the miles, and this one is more like for areas like this, where you don't really have straight lines and you constantly need to go through turns and twisties and roads might not be that good. So yeah, definitely need to observe a little bit more. Also, I have to mention that there is two options of Tracer 7 available here in Europe, the regular one, and then you have Tracer 7 GT. So as far as I understand, mechanically, right, or in terms of hardware, those bikes are exactly the same. I mean, the engine's the same, their electronics the same, suspension's the same. The only difference is that Tracer 7 GT comes with taller windscreen. It comes with a set of panniers right from the beginning, and it has comfort seat. Engine sound, as usual, you cannot complain how Yamaha sounds, right? Yamaha is a company which produce a lot of sound equipment and music instruments, so you can only expect that this part of their job they're doing very well. Yeah, you don't really need to shift gears much, you just like accelerate and it gives you enough torque to go faster. Nice. From the first miles, I'm honestly impressed by the way how this engine feels. I hope I'm not gonna be caught in the rain. That would not be good, because the whole week was rainy, and like today is a day which looked okay in terms of weather forecast, but we'll see. It's okay. You have this USB port on the left, and you have 12 volt socket on the right, which is good. I mean, if you plan to take any distance on this bike, that's definitely going to be helpful, because you at least can connect a couple of devices, which is handy. I think that Yamaha wants this motorcycle to be actually more distance machine for those who don't need a bigger bike, and I will definitely be curious to see how this bike performs next to Tracer 9, and definitely, guys, you will be the first in the line to see my report on that. Adjustable windscreen, so you can put it down like this, but then you put it here. It's a little bit taller, but I'm telling you, you have to have touring screen if you want to do significant distance on this motorcycle. That's how I feel right away. I'm pretty sure you can use this bike in the city. There is no problem with that for sure. If you have a top box and maybe tank back like I do, you can actually enjoy compactness of this motorcycle when you need to filter through the traffic. Tracer 9 can be a little bit big and a little bit bulky on the city streets, especially if you live in a big city where you have quite a bit of traffic. But this is nice punchy machine. Yeah, so no electronics in terms of traction control. I mean, it has ABS, but there is no traction control, there is no ride modes. I don't know, do we need them on such bike or not? Again, after spending a bit of time, I will share with you my opinion. Front and rear suspensions are adjustable. This is also adjustable. I think that seat height is not adjustable, and yeah, I think that is pretty much it for today, guys. Probably we should wrap up this video with the first ride of this motorcycle. Ciao.